and therefore Mishnah is an expression of Chesed and Gvura, an expression of the emotions. Masha'ein Kain Bria, which is the realm of Talmud, right? What does it mean? Talmud is located in Bria, meaning to say that Bria is Olam HaSeichel. It's the awareness, the understanding, the comprehension of the malachim, of the neshamas that are residing there. And therefore, Talmud is what? It's not just halachas psukes that I work impulsively, not impulsively, but emotionally. That I'm just worried about the conclusion. Rather, what? It's about the logic behind it. So therefore, Talmud is in Bria. Okay. And again, Mikra. What's Mikra? Mikra is the most. Story. Yeah, that's the most tangible, right? The least emotional, the least intellectual. It's just Mikra. So therefore, it's Asiya. That's Pshat, right? And Atzilus is the ethereal, which is Soit. Yeah, what do you want to say?
It could be that Gemara is the highest, Gemara is the lowest because it's the most practical. Even though it has logic,
let's build up. Yes, let's build up.
Other question.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we learn only things that are applicable? Like, why learn about Hilchos Beis Bechira or Tumen Torah if the whole point of Nigla is that it's a true connection? So should we learn about,
No. We spoke about this on Shabbos, that perspective is a Galus perspective. Really in Geula, or in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, then Tumen Torah would be right. Meaning to say, you can't equate Tumen Torah and Hilchos Beis Bechira with Kabbalah. Those things were once relevant, extremely relevant.
Yeah, but it's not now.
It's not now because of Galus, not because Torah. It's an issue on the Gavra, not the Chefza.
But by Mashiach, it is going to be relevant. Kabbalah is going to be as relevant, if not more so.
Yes, but we're only equating them because we're not able to learn. Not that we're not able to learn them now, but the application is Kabbalah was still soid in the times of Beis HaMikdash. Okay, that's the word. Kabbalah was still soid in the times of Beis HaMikdash. Whereas Tumen Torah was not soy. Tumen Torah was a very a requisite part of my life.
But since Mashiach is coming, right?
You have to prepare.
Now that we're in
one second.
Now we're meant to do both.
Mashein came milimud yedias seder hayishtal shalus shehisig rak mitzius bechachmas yizbarach lemehus mamash. Lezau mashekal bepiyetz chaim de Kabbalah hu ba'atzilus v'talmud hu b'briya v'mishnah v'yetziru mikra b'yasiyah. The l'chayda tamua. Seemingly, it's not understood. This is bewildering. Sharei mishnah v'talmud hein Torah shebal peh. If you're saying that Mishnah and Talmud, which are included in Torah Shebal Peh, then surely all of them should be included in the wisdom of stemming from Atzilus. And how much more so Mikra, which is Torah Shebal. Meaning to say, why are you relegating them to these lesser worlds? How can you say that Mikra is only Asiyah and Mishnah is only Yetzirah? It's all Chachma. The whole paragraph was just, when you learn Nigla, right, it's all Chachma Vatzilus. And now all of a sudden you're telling me that Kabbalah is from the deepest place and Nigla is from the least connected place? What's going on? Surely they're all stemming from Chachma Vatzilus, and how much more so Mikra Torah Shechsav. Ella, so what's the deal? That Ratzum Loimer bebegin say slabsha shebemikra nislabsha chachma ila gam ba'asiya sheikar akpeda hu al tmunas ha'isius v'shiyah klav kedin chuli. Interesting. Not to say, don't learn pshat of the Pri Eitz Chaim that mikra is asiya and Mishnah is yitzira. No, they're all chachma vatzilus. What do we just say? The whole Torah Shebal Peh and Torah Shebal, all is chachma vatzilus. However, it's only showing you the power of how deep and how profoundly enmeshed the Chachma Vatzilus can become. So what's really the highest falls the lowest. So what is the highest? Really, what's the most ethereal? What's the most hidden? That's Mikra, right? At the end of the day, do you have any information in Mikra? When you learn Chumash, do you know anything about Shabbos? Do you know anything about Kashrus? No. So it becomes the most soid. So that Chachma Vatzilus becomes compacted in Olam Asiyah in a way. So he says, what's the focus when you learn Mikra? The primary, what's Kpeda? The primary concern when you learn Mikra, hu al tmunas ha'oisius, is regarding the imagery, the calligraphy of the letters, and that the klaf, the parchment should be in accordance with the law. That's the primary thing. Ubetagin, and when you see each letter, they should have the appropriate crowns. shebahem nirmizu razin deiraisa. And in those crowns, what's the importance of those crowns? They intimate the secrets of Torah. Shelo yuchel lislabish b'dibur. What's pshat? That the secrets of Torah are not able to be enclosed in speech and articulation. Rather, they have to be intimated in a secret way. How is that? In a little crown of the letter. Yuchel lislabish b'dibur elai de asiya. Why? It's only an asiyah. You can't articulate it. You have to wink your eye. You have to snap your finger. You have to move your hand. And then your beloved will understand you. Right? This is literally what he's saying. Chankima beremiza means that I'm able to express wisdom through a hint. And sometimes the wisdom that you want to articulate is not articulatable through words because words are too terse. Words are too crass. But the asiyah. So he's saying, what's the asiyah? What's the most intimate way you can connect to Hashem? Is not in a way of Torah Shabbat Peh. It's Torah Shabbat. It's dafka asiyah. Okay.
Telepathic communication.
Tagin and the oisis, and of the oisis the tagin. Mishnah v'Talmud. Tagin is the crowns. Mishnah v'Talmud. Hey nislav shel b'yitzira o bria. Mishnah and Talmud are in close. Again, it's all chachma atzilus. But how far can it go? So the highest falls the lowest. So really mikra is the deepest, and therefore it fell the lowest, and therefore the way that I'm able to truly express my true love to my beloved is dafka in action, not only in just in speech and in thought. Whereas Mishnah and Talmud, because they are reflections of a lesser light, therefore they are limited to a higher world. Does that make sense? So Mishnah and Talmud is Yitzira and Bria. What do we focus when we learn Shas? What do we focus on when we learn Mishnah and Gemara? Dafka, the understanding of it, right? And Mishnah Dafka the halachas tzukes. What does Beis Hillel say? What does Beis Shammai say? Gemara is the rationale behind it, but we don't care about the letters, right? We don't care about the words.
There's so many different gears.
We can be medayik, etc., but it's not about Masha'en kin Kabbalah he be'atzilus, which is not the case by Kabbalah, which is an atzilus. Da'inu she'ein mehus chachma zu musekes lamata, implying that the essence of this wisdom is not able to be grasped down below, meaning at a subsequent world. Kevan shalein nislav shebebriya v'yitzira k'mei Mishnah v'Talmud, being that it's not able to be enclosed in Briya and Yitzira like Mishnah and Talmud. Lachin, therefore, ein musag rak mitziusa v'lei mehusa. Therefore, we're only able to grasp the existence of it, but not its being, not its personality. Mashinkin Mishnah v'Talmud musag mehus chachmasa yizbarek shebehen, which is not the case by Mishnah and Talmud, that you're able to grasp Hashem's wisdom. So basically, he just reversed the whole thing. Basically, he's saying that soid is lacking. Why? Specifically because you can't understand it. That implies it's like the brilliant professor, but he's so brilliant that nobody understands him. Meaning, what's the mile of a teacher, right? The teacher is that he's so brilliant nobody understands him, or he's so brilliant that even the most brilliant things can be understood by mamish, a first grader.
Wow.
Parshah? Yeah. So therefore, Chakima ben Amiza, what's the deepest? The deepest expression of Ar Ein Saf, in the way that we can tangibly understand it, is Mikra. And therefore what? An old person, 70, 80 years old, and a 5-year-old learns it the same, says the same things. That shows the equanimity in the expression of the light, coming from Chachma Vatzilus all the way to Asiyah. Whereas what? Mishnah is a little less, and Gemara is a little less, and Kabbalah is the least, is the being that it's the least tangible. It's the least amount of light. That's what he says. Ein musag rak mitziusav loy mehusa mashenkin Mishnah Talmud musag mehus chachmas yibarech vezau in Mishnah b'yitzira. That's the meaning of Mishnah is in Yitzira. Shaydei ze musag mehusan. Mishnah is so deep that it was able to, that the brilliance of whatever Hashem's mind wanted to articulate was able to get to Olam HaYetzirah. Again, it's not that those worlds are limiting the revelation of that wisdom. On the contrary, those worlds are the expression of that wisdom. So again, it's like the teacher who's so deep, but he's not really so deep because he can't articulate himself, or he's so deep that mamish, a first grader, can understand.
First grader.
By the way, it's interesting that, and therefore what? And therefore what? What's the whole Kabbalah and Nigla Torah Sheba'al Peh and Kabbalah contingent on? It's all Torah Sheba'al. Right? It's all Torah Sheba'al. Everyone, the Zohar is a running commentary on Chumash, right? What Rashi does to Bereshis Bar Elikim, Zohar is doing too. Zohar works in a way that the only way that you have Kabbalah, the mainstay, the true essence of all of Kabbalah, which is Sefer HaZohar, the only way you have that is why? Because of Mikra. So Mikra is the deepest. Mikra is the deepest in the sense that it equalizes the greatest and the lowest together. And dafka expressed in a way that you don't even need seichel.
That's the betachtonim.
Yeah.
So everything is like a different layer of commentary on Nikra, basically.
For sure. What's the only way you have shas is because I'm elaborating or expounding on a pasuk. The mitzvahs are manifest in Sheidah Shebechsav.
Same with Midrash.
Yeah, the whole thing. So he's saying, what's the deepest expression of the Ar Ein Sof? Dafka Asiyah. Again, it's not that the world is limiting its expression, it's that because the expression is so deep, it's able to get into the lowest world. However, if that's the case, the Alter Rebbe says, 1 second, you should have a tain on me. Why did I go to jail? Why did I go to jail? If this is all true, close up the Kabbalah, close up the Soid. Levi Maximum is having a panic attack right now, and we should just learn Nigla the whole time. You took it seriously. Okay. He's saying, so based on this dissertation, we have to understand why we have to learn Primas HaTorah. That what? To the point that it elaborates and expounds upon in Zohar and Tikkunim, meaning the different parts of Zohar, Ube'etz Chaim, and the Arizal, that all of those Sfarim, all of the not Nigla, all of the Nister Sfarim are telling you not to learn Nigla. They're telling you learn me. Yeah, but what does Rashbi say? B'hai chibura dilach. With this sefer will God of Galos. Why are you telling me that? Just tell me to learn Shas. Okay, but again, tell me to learn Mikra. At the end of the day, you can't really learn Mikra without Mishnah and Talmud. That's exactly the point, right? You can't. There's no. You're not learning it in the proper way. Now, the truth is, you can't really learn it without Pnimius also. That's what we're going to say soon. But at the end of the day, we're just showing how the depth and profundity of God's light is fully revealed and manifest in the lowest.
The nigla.
Yeah. But what's the most nigla of the nigla is Mikra. The most nigla of the nigla is Mikra.
That's the most side of the nigla.
Yeah, but it's the most nigla of the nigla because at the end it's asiya. It's not machshava. It's asiya.
Yes.
But you have to get the behind the scenes. Like
you have to get there. Yeah, you have to get there. But he's saying at the end of the day, the greatest revelation of God's light is Dafka Torah Shebechsav. However, in order to unpackage that, you need to go into the different worlds.
Right.
But now he's saying, so then if that's the case, why are we so stressed out? Why is Kabbalah or the Kabbalist so stressed out to learn Kabbalah if this is the truth, that I'm lacking in unity between my mind and the subject? Let me just learn Nigla. Like it says in the introduction to Sefer Reishis Chachma of Eliyahu Di Vidas, I think, right? Dividal or Dividas? Yeah, Eliyahu Di Vidas says wrote Reishis Chachma. I bless everybody that you should learn in the right time. Sefer Tes, I think it's Tes Zayin.
Someone already learned it.
No.
Tes Zayin, Yud Zayin, Yud Ches. The Rebbe says this in Igris that Chassanim should learn these 2 to 3 chapters in Reishis Chachma. I think Shar HaKedusha, right? Shar HaKedusha, the portal of holiness, which first discusses the importance of having kavana when you eat, and anything in Torah. You see, by the way, what was last week's Parshah? There's always some type of equating between eating and intimacy. There's some type of whatever you ingest affects your. So that's the 2 chapters or 3 chapters are there. Speaks about the kedusha that that you're able to imbue, that your mind is able to imbue when you eat, and then it leads to the kavanas of intimacy.
Wow.
So that's what the Rebbe says to learn in Reishis Chachma. But he said,
you're saying eating is directly correlated with.
Yeah, there's a correlation in general between eating and intimacy.
I'm checking it out today. I'm not a chasam, but I'm checking it out today. Okay.
Sure. So maybe it's a segula.
Maybe it's a segula.
The Sefer Reishis Chachma. So no, that's in Sefer Kedusha. But in the Sefer Reishis Chachma Behakdama, right? He speaks about the importance of learning Pnimius. O B'Shelah B'Masechet Shvuos Shaloi. In his commentary to Masechet Shvuos, B'Perek Ner Mitzvah Hiflig Me'oid B'Mailas Limud Zeh. He
made it prominent.
Yeah, he
motivated.
More when you prop up something, when you encourage greatly this learning. Okay, so again, The question is promoted. Beautiful. He promotes his learning very much. We're clear?
Yes.
Let's understand this by prefacing.
Endorse, that's a good word.
Endorsed, yeah. Now we get into it. Okay? So now, what do we have? Dalit began, just a little sikkum. Dalit began with saying what exactly is experienced when a person learns Torah in general. You are grasping the infinite light of God as it manifests in Chachma Vatzilus as you're learning it here. Where is that more? There is more union, there's more attachment, there's more connectivity between the soul and Hashem through the medium of what we call Torah, Dafke Nigla. If that's the case, then there's a deficiency in Pnimius. If that's the case, then why do the Kabbalists who are teaching us about Pnimius encourage us to learn Pnimius so much when there is a clear deficiency in the attachment or union with my soul with Hashem? So to understand this, we must first preface the idea of Shlish B'Mikra. What's Shlish B'Mikra? Okay, the Gemara says, and it's brought down in Halacha, how do I learn Torah? I have to learn it thirds, 3-3-3, in thirds. Okay, that if I have 1 hour, 60 minutes, 20 minutes should be dedicated to Mikra, Shlish b'Mishnah, Shlish b'Talmud. 20 minutes should be dedicated to Chumash, 20 minutes should be dedicated to Mishnah, and 20 minutes should be dedicated to Talmud. Now, what is Mikra, what is Mishnah, what is Talmud? We're going to discuss. But let's just say, simply speaking, if I have an hour of my time, I need to learn 20 minutes Chumash Rashi, I need to learn 20 minutes Mishnah, Shnai's Baal Peh, and 20 minutes of this of the Masechta that I have to take on. Huh?
Here?
Where is that quote from?
Yeah, tomorrow.
The Gemara and condition.
If you have an hour to learn, you can learn it.
Not if you have an hour to learn. If you have 10 hours to learn, you should learn 3 hours. Yes, the manner in which you split it up.
Ram talks about it, and the Rebbe has a whole thing about it. Doesn't necessarily have to be.
That was my motivation for our discussion, right? It's the motivation for this mimer. He doesn't say it here.
I got you.
You looking?
Megillah, there you go.
Megillah Daf.
Chaf Beis, Amar Aleph.
Okay. Because I think he quotes it from the beginning. He doesn't. I don't know what he doesn't say. Okay. So now the manner in which you learn Mikra Chumash is not the same way that you learn Mishnah and Talmud. Because when you learn Mishnah and Talmud, the primary learning is not verbal; it's intellectual, right? It's not about what you say; it's about what you understand, right? Ella, the tzarech gamkin lehoitzi advarim b'dibur peh davka. It's only that it's proper to motivate and to encourage the mind that you should grasp it more to speak it out. Yeah, b'dibur peh. Mikom makim nevertheless. Im oimer halacha ve'eino mevin eino nechshav lo limud klal. K'meish yikasu be'Magid Avram simin nun. The Magid Avram paskins that if a person learns nigla and he articulates the words, he's oimer halacha ve'eino mevin nu Rambam eino nechshav lo limud klal. It's not considered as if he learned. Now, elsewhere it does say that there's still a schus. There's still a schus. 100%. There's still a schus, but you have the schus of being oisik b'Torah, I think, but not limud b'Torah. You're not learning Torah. You're occupying yourself with Torah. It's almost like saying what does it say? Pirkei Avos, right? The person who comes to the Zal, right, but doesn't understand or doesn't, right? He just comes, he just sits. He still has a schus. He just still has a. Yeah. So the same thing is, there's definitely a maila of just saying it. But now look what he's going to say. Why are we making a difference here? That's why there's a difference. Because when you learn mikra, right? Mikra is literally chamisha chumsha Torah. Torah shebechsav is nach. right? If you articulate them through your lips, if you say the words, even though you don't understand, even the simple explanation of the words, right? Which is most of us, right? Kriyas Torah. I don't want to speak negatively about the Sfardim. No, let's say you have Bal Koiras, right? Ashkenazim Sfardim, right? They're beautiful cantillators, right? They could sing the notes, but they don't know what it means. They can sing the trumpet, they don't know what it means. Am I not Yoitzi because my Bal Koiras didn't know what it's saying? No. The Iker is the sound. The Iker is the words.
Let's say Sfardim do know what they're saying.
Well,
Bal Koiras doesn't know what he's saying.
I don't even know if they do trumpet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
Of course.
It's all the same tune.
That's to you because you're not sensitive to the beauty. That was a joke. He says here, there you go, Nathanael, right? A person who doesn't know what he's saying, he's mamish learning Chumash even without Rashi. He's fulfilling the mitzvah of v'limadatem, and you should learn them, teach them. Yeah? And what's the proof of this? That even Am Haaretz, he doesn't know Torah. When you call him up to the Torah, he makes mevarech birchas haTorah. And what do you say? Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu asher bachar banu mikol amim v'nasanan Torah. Baruch atah Hashem, noisan haTorah. You're making a bracha on the Torah. Kol Haaretz mevarech birchas haTorah b'shachar lifnei apsukim v'chein kisher oila l'sefer Torah. Right? Whether he goes up to for an aliyah or whether he's saying the morning brachas, at the end of the day, even though I don't know what I'm saying, it's considered, I need to make the bracha in order to be able to, just like I need to make the bracha, I don't have to know the ingredients in my pizza in order to enjoy it, right? So I don't have to know the understanding of the rationale behind Bereshis Bara L'Kibbutz Hashemayim V'Zaretz in order to, but I have to make a bracha first. It's not mine. These words are not mine. It also says it in Pardes, right? Rav Moshe Cordovero. Shekol Shar Chav Zayin Perek Aleph. Gabe limud mikra, regarding the learning of mikra, shegam mishalo yavin. Again, he's just quoting different places, validating this point. Shegam mishalo yavin lechaber hatevis. Even a person who doesn't know how to meld together the words, gam hu im yasik bo yom v'layla. Even if he learns it all day and night, right? He doesn't know how to meld the words. Meaning to say, imagine I'm learning right now, Bereshis bara. Elokim es, Hashamayim ve'es ha'aretz, and then I'm just saying it. Scharei itoi u'peulasei lefanav. His merit is with him, and his actions are before him. Right? His actions lefanav escort him. Ve'adarabba kasa ve'aloimid b'teira l'das kemi shaloimid b'sefer zichreinis chuli halavai shelo yafsid chuli ein sham. And on the contrary, he writes. I think a person who writes and learns Torah in order to understand is like a person who learns like a person who's learning a history. Right? Meaning to say, even if you're learning Leili Shema, right? I think that's the implication, right? Means like you're learning Torah like you're learning a history book, right? Like Lahavdil, people who learn the Bible, right? So you say like, okay, this is Isaiah and the various prophets. At the end of the day, he still has a schus. Halavai shelo yafsid. Halavai that he doesn't lose out. I think the implication is that he's learning. He's learning. He still has a schus in his learning. So why are we making such a distinction between Mikra and Mishnah and Talmud? Now, the idea is. Meaning to say, what is the difference between Torah shebechsav, which is now revealed to us, right? It is esoteric when we learn Mikra. We don't know, right? There's no word of tefillin in the Torah at all. So how do I know even how to put on tefillin? Likkutei Torah, I need Torah shebal peh to tell me that's what it means, the 4 compartments, right? Tat, ba'afriki, pat be, no. Tat or pat be, that's the 2. Ba'afriki, ube, I forgot. So what? That which is taught to us in the written law and revealed to us in the oral law, meaning how to put on tzitzis and what tefillin are. This, what we're saying is that the enclothing of the infinite light in Chachma, and Chachma Ilah is now enclosed in Chachma Tata, in a lower level of Chachma, which again, Chachma Tata usually we associate with Malchus Vatzilus. Chachma Vatzilus, when we say Chachma Vatzilus, that's called Chachma Ilah. Chachma Ilah is Chachma Vatzilus, Chachma Tata is Malchus of Vatzilus, because just like the builders, they are not the architects. The architect commissions the builders to build, but at the end of the day, they're practically doing the building, right? So they still need to look at the blueprints and actually execute the.
And that's Chachma Tata.
Chachma Tata is Malchus, the actual birthing of the next world.
Is it also in the sense the same way the practical example of the architect without the workers cannot work without the architect?
For sure. So yeah. Until it becomes enclosed in Bria and Yetzirah, until they become more concretized in the halachas of Torah Shebal Peh, until that chachma becomes so digestible that it becomes absorbed within seichel anushi, within mortal person. And anybody can open up a shas now and learn. And it's not ethereal, even though the light that is the generator and energy of the information that we're learning was once extremely ethereal.
Meaning that it was either from...
It was from Chachma Vatzilus. Amnam, however, yesh b'Torah dvarim shalei nitnu lislabish lamata b'chachma v'seichel klal. There are matters and ideas in Torah that were never granted the ability to become enclosed in the mortal realm and in the human mind at all. For example, Yosef went down to Egypt and was acquired by Potiphar. You learned it yesterday. You learned it in the intro, right?
I think so.
Right? This is here. He's from the Parshah Mishnayos. But at the end of the day, what is he saying? When you learn Torah, there are ideas in Torah that are not enclosed in human rationale. For example, Yosef descending to Egypt and being acquired by Potiphar. What is he trying to say? He's quoting that there's no difference between the words of Torah itself, or when he said Bnei Cham Kushu Mitzrayim, that the children of Cham were Kushu Mitzrayim, and the name of his wife was Beitavel, and then Timna was his Pilegesh, and the words Anochi Hashem Elokecha Shema Yisrael. You hear? In not only Nigla, in Mikra, if I say, you know what, the fact that Cham had two children named Kush and Mitzrayim, I'm not so into Cham. Yeah, he's not my favorite character. Let me erase him. What's the focus of Torah Shebichsav? What's the focus of Mikra? Shema Yisrael, Geshmak Psukim, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, right? At the end of the day, from the vantage point of what Mikra is, every single word and letter and idea is the exact same. So Yosef descending to Egypt and being acquired by Potiphar and Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad is literally the same. There's no maila of one over the other.
Oh, the same way that Bnei Cham Kushim Mitzrayim.
Correct? Why? How can you say that? Because because the descent and the drawing forth of the infinite light that is now being what's the word? Hinted to in these letters and in this story, are not able to be digested and enclosed in human rationale and intellect. So therefore, there is an equating between anything in Torah Shebichsav, because at the end of the day, it is all the manifestation of Hashem's infinite light. You're literally entering into the brilliant scientist's mind before you even spoke. So therefore, all of the ideas are exactly the same.
You didn't pull out the dictionary yet and
nothing. It's just the simple raw light. In the simple raw light, the Potiphar acquiring Yosef and Anochi Hashem Elokecha are mamish the same. Shema Yisrael and Bnei Cham Kushu Mitzrayim is all the same.
Wow.
Velachin, and therefore, hamshacha hi rak idea oisis ve'apsukim bilvad. Therefore, the energy that is drawn down and the platform used, the medium used to reveal this energy, is specifically through letters and verses alone. Kinot seifet b'tchilasan. There is no rationality, no depth, no logic. You cannot ascribe to these ideas human intelligence. It's dafka only the words. Kinot seifet b'tchilasan, because the end is wedged in the beginning. And therefore, gam ma sheloi nislabish b'chachma, even something that wasn't included in wisdom, implying that what is Teresh V'chsav, what is Mikra? Mikra is Keser that supersedes Chachma. How do I know? Because of the irrationality that exists in Mikra, not the rationality that exists in Mikra. The irrationality that exists in Mikra is telling me that Anoich Hashem Lekecha and Shema Yisrael is the same thing as Yosef Hurid Mitzrayim.
It's all part of the crown.
Why? Torah emerges from Chachma. Nafkis daika. What does nafkis means? To emerge, to come out. Sheis galusa humi bichinas Chachma. That its emergence, its revelation is from the level of Chachma, but that's not its source. Aval shorsha be'etzem l'mayl me'Chachma. It's only the emergence that my love for my child may manifest and come out of my mouth and in my actions, but at the end of the day, it stems from a very, very visceral, deep bodily experience. So that's called Keser, the inarticulatable energy of God. So inarticulatable that I couldn't even describe it in Yetzirah and Bria Asiya. They cannot capture it, and even in Atzilus. The essence of where it originates from is from even higher than Chachma. Look in that Maimer. We were learning that Maimer, right? Remember the Aleph, the small Aleph, the big Aleph, right? Right? The darkness higher than light, right? Adam me'oid, right? Yeah. Right, beautiful. So he's quoting that. Makes sense, right? So that's where Mikra comes from. Mikra comes from the Choshech that is higher than Or, right? Yashish Choshech Sisrei. He places his darkness as his cloak. Right? This is called Mikra. And that's why there's an equanimity between Yosef, Hurad Mitzrayim, Bnei Cham Kusha, and Anoich Hashem Lekecha. V'lachin, therefore, that which is enclosed in the dimension of Chachma. At the end of the day, I am saying Bereshis Bar Lekim, I am articulating those words. Hurak ha'ara. It's only a glimmer. It's only a glow. Through various mystical hairs and condensations, because the father nourishes from what we call from mazla.
And that came up in the main matter of later.
Yeah. What do we say there?
We were talking about the Yisurin, that they were talking from Shor.
Very beautiful. Yeah. But the essence of the light of Keser is not able to be enclosed in Chachma. As much as I want to tell you I love you, that I love you is diminishing that love. So as much as Hashem wants to articulate to us whatever His wisdom is, at the end of the day, that articulation is a diminishment. It's a minimization of the depth of where it's coming from.
That's why Mikra has to appear.
That's why Mikra
in this world.
Yeah, as like the most crass, the most tangible.
But at the same time, also not be something that is so understandable at the same time.
Correct. So therefore, it's not understandable at all. That specifically, it's the feature, the ingredient that Mikra has in the sense that is not understandable is not its chisaron, it's its maila. It's not because it's lower than Chachma, it's higher than Chachma. Correct. Nevertheless, the energy that is drawn forth, that idea of etzema or shebekeser, lo yuchol leislabish bechachma, how do you get that? Is specifically by saying the letters. Velachin nikra mikra, and that's why Mikra is called Mikra. Nikra, she is called Mikra. Why is it called Mikra? Because you're calling, hey, Hashem, you're being mamshich and revealing the infinite light through the letters. Even though at the end of the day I say David, right? But do I know you? Have I chapped your essence? I'm able to corral a little bit of you through you say the the name is a reflection of the soul, but it's not the soul itself. So too the names of God are the mikra, right? We said in Shabbos is Maimer. Shema Yisrael Shal HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? Each letter, each word, right? Like we said, even the letter Aleph is Yud Vav Yud is Gematria 26, Yud Kei Vav Kei. Yes?
Yeah.
Got that?
Say that out loud.
Yud Vav Yud. That's how you draw an Aleph. Yeah?
Wow.
Yud plus Yud is 20,
Wow.
plus Vav is 6, 26. You have the Yud Kei Vav Kei contained in the Aleph.
Wow.
Okay? So that's just one word. That's just one idea.
Where's the hay?
No, not Yud Kei Vav Kei. No, not Yud Kei.
26.
Not the gematria of Hashem's name. Yud Kei Vav Kei is Aleph. You don't need the Yud Kei Vav Kei. I'm saying Yud Kei Vav Kei is equals Aleph.
Oh, they have the same numerical
20.
value.
Yeah, the fact that it has a numerical value through its structure, through its composition, through its calligraphy, right?
Yeah.
The Aleph's
Wow.
calligraphy is Yud Kei Vav Kei. How do I know? I need Kabbalah to teach me that. Yud and Vav and But at the end of the day, what is Mikra? Mikra is the deepest because I'm calling you. V'lochi nikra mikra. Shekoydu mavshich z'chal ze'nisov al yidei ha'isi she'av she'eina masikla. Even though you don't understand what's going on whatsoever. Right? It's a little bit like we said the Moida Ani that's higher than Nigla Vaser. Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah? Moida Ani, Alpi Nigla. The perspective of Moida Ani is what? I'm only saying it ad hoc. You know, ad hoc means like Bidi Evid. Because I have bad breath and because I have tummy on my hands, so therefore I can't say Hashem's name. No. So this reveals, no. You're specifically able to say Moida Ani because it supersedes Hashem's name. And Hashem's name is only a glimmer and a radiance of Hashem's essence. So to here, Mikra is that the letters are revealing to you a deeper location within God's wisdom that is even higher than grasp. Look in another place in the in that Maimer explaining that the letters of Torah are even higher than the wisdom of Torah. Okay, the letters of Torah are coming from Keser. Yeah. One second. Kadesh Shetei Mezuzah Miyamin Chuli. Look at that Maimer. Ein Shavuot Sefer Demas Tzenu Urena. Look at that Maimer. Gabe Be'atara Sh'itra Ha'atara Nasa Me'avanim Tevis Hu B'Cheres Eisis HaTorah. It says on the day of his chasana, Shlomo Melach's mother crowned him, right, with a crown on the day of his wedding, right? This is a euphemism for the Jewish people crowning Hashem on the day of Matan Torah. What is a crown made of? What is a keser made of? Avanim Tovis. Beautiful stones, gems, diamonds. Those stones, gems, and diamonds have no rationale of why they're more expensive than food. Food is a much more fundamental element to my life. Water is a much more fundamental element. Air is a much more fundamental. But we don't. It's $1 to buy a bottle of water. It's $1 million to buy a beautiful gemstone. Why? There's an irrationality there, and in the irrationality is also the meaning of asiya. The asiya, the keser is made from avanim tovos. What are the avanim? What are the beautiful gems and stones of Hashem? It's oisis haTorah, the letters of Torah. Okay, as our sages say, all of the Torah are the names of Hashem.
That's like all chassidus. Not all chassidus, but all like early chassidus.
What?
On like changing everything and how Hamtachas Dinim is done. You change this word
And not sefer v'tchilasan. What are you saying?
No, meaning the idea of that the letters are higher
exchanging
than the actual meaning of it. So the meaning is like
it's not we're gonna say.
Then why
by the way, I just want to say at the end of the day, this is the beauty of Alter Rebbe, and also the challenge is we cannot succumb to being prisoners of the moment. Yeah, we can't limit our minds. Chassidus is holistic. Holistic means I have to learn the whole mimer. Until here, I thought Nigla was the best. Now I'm learning that Mikra is the best, right? What happened to Primus? It's holistic, meaning to say you need everything, right? Mm-hmm. When we're focusing on Mikra, we're saying, wow, Torah Shebechsav is literally the Keser, is Oisius, that is higher than Chachma. Okay, but be patient and we'll understand. In a few moments, we're going to get to something that is even higher than that. It's not about higher, it's about holistic.
He's acknowledging everything for its greatnesses, but
when you're focusing on there.
On that idea, but
yeah.
Then he's going back to the bigger picture of, okay, this is where we're going with it.
Correct.
So this is the bigger.
That's a mimer. That's the
These are
traversing
the
of the
stops,
mimer.
It's not a destination.
Like this?
What?
Is every other like this?
Every mimer is like that, for sure.
Very holistic?
Absolutely, but
That's
I'm saying...
what his goal is. Like he's saying, like to make a unity, like the moisture between...
Right, the bricks.
All of the
yeah
parts of Torah and...
Let's see. I'm in the parentheses. Yafa. Yafa sichasan shel avdei aves mitarasin shel banim chuli. This is a commentary of what our sages said regarding who? Eliezer's dictation or Eliezer's narration of the story, right? The Torah discusses the story and then he narrates the story. So you're literally talking about the meeting of Yitzchak and Rivka, the shidduch of Yitzchak and Rivka, twice. And so the commentaries basically say that you're telling me about the most important fundamental things of halachas of kares and skila of hilchas Shabbos. You're telling me beremiza, right? And yet this irrelevant story to my life in terms of how Yitzchak met Rivka, okay, relevant, but I have to hear it twice and in full detail. So the commentaries say, Yafa sichasan shel avdei aves, more beautiful, more precious are the mere conversations of the servants of our forefathers, mitoidas shel banim, from the Torah of their children. Wild, right?
Wow.
Why?
That's the Torah when it's going through the story and it's presenting Eliezer's shoes. Is that
I don't know. You look up where is it? This is from the Gemara.
No, okay.
What are you saying?
I'm saying in this drasha, are we saying that the idea of where did I just lost it?
From the perspective of Eliezer saying what happened.
No, Eliezer doesn't. Exactly. No, Hashem wrote the Torah. Eliezer doesn't realize.
But isn't that the whole question? Like, why do I need to hear this thing from two perspectives? Because Eliezer's and his.
Okay, but the Eibishter is telling you, Hashem is telling you, our sages are telling us. It's a proof that Yafa sichasan shel avdei aves.
Yeah, I'm saying he's the Avid. He's the avdei aves. He is the Avid of the
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, but he's not saying that about himself. Yeah.
That is crazy.
What?
In a bad way.
What?
Okay.
Not like, whoa, that's so cool. But didn't we just say that it doesn't matter? Didn't we just say that quantity, right? And the kids of Chum is equally as important as an Echei Shalom Kecha.
Yes, so that's all. That this is another way of saying it. This is another way of saying it.
No, but it's saying Yafa. Saying it's even better. Yafa is chazan.
No, Torah shel banim.
Yeah, Torah shel banim is nigla. Is Torah shel peh.
Torah shel peh.
Yeah.
Torah shel banim.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Torah shel banim is speaking about
everything else.
Torah shel peh.
Yeah. I believe I'm almost.
Torah shel banim was talking about the story about Yitzchak because banim.
I don't know.
His Abbas, his father.
That's a good verse. I don't think
probably
so.
Not.
Why isn't he quoting it here?
That's the direction I was going.
No.
That's what it seems.
No, he's saying that
we talk Eli's words. We talk about what
that the Torah itself doesn't repeat or doesn't even tell you about Shabbos and Kashrus, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear. No, I thought it was. It doesn't have it here.
So interesting. Okay, we can move.
Yes, let's see. Why? Ki heinam shachas mimakar Torah. Because the sichasan of avdei aves are drawing from the essence of Torah, the core of Torah, as it is still located in the realm of Chachma. I'm sorry, higher than the realm of Chachma. And therefore the Torah elaborates tremendously regarding the story of Eliezer, the servant of Avram. More than the gufei Torah, the laws of Torah from his children.
Right, maybe it's just a couple of psukim that it mentions about Shabbos.
Yes. I think it's both. I think it's both. I think it's both.
Yeah.
Because he's saying Yoisemi become a gufei Torah mitorah shel banim. The Torah shel banim is not nigla. It's not Torah shel banim. It's literally Torah shebechsav.
Right. Oh.
I think it's both. It's Torah shel banim, meaning whatever Hillel and Shammai will say, that it's not even located there. I think that's shot. Torah shel banim. There's something in Mikra itself. In Mikra itself, there's an aspect to the Sipurim of Mikra that are even greater than the gufe than the halachas that are given at Har Sinai. That's the vart.
So that strengthens his question.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, one is more digestible and tangible, and one is more
So
ethereal.
there are levels in Torah.
In Mikra, even in Mikra, even in Mikra.
Just talking about don't work on Shabbos in Mikra, or don't work on.
It shows that it's less important. Yeah.
Less tangible.
No, it's more tangible. Shabbos is more tangible. The mitzvahs are more tangible.
A story is.
Because the story you don't understand anything. Because the story you don't understand anything. It's all beremiza. It's many more hints.
And Yafa is in a way of Yafa. Yafa is Atzilus.
Yafa Keser. Yafa Keser, which is the makar of Torah that is manifest through the Avdei Aves, mitoiras and shalbanim, than the chachma of Atzilus itself. Yes, I think I never seen this inside. Yeah, look what he said. Let's read. Chavre, let's move because we're finished. Yeah, the stories are stemming from the source, the origin of Torah, as it is higher than Chachma itself. Even more than many laws of Torah of the Torah of their children, which again I think is in Nimikra itself, like Yosef Yitzchak was saying. Even the story of Yosef descending to Egypt canal, as we said above. And the energy that you can draw this level of Keser, which is higher than Chachma, specifically through the letters, Melach, and therefore Af Ama Oretz She'ein Mevin Pirush HaMilah, therefore even an ignoramus who doesn't know the explanation of the words mamshich, he's able to, and therefore he has to make a bracha. It makes no difference of what. It makes no difference if he's learning Anochi Hashem Lekecha Shema Yisrael or the Sipur of whatever, or even the names of Yishmael's wives. Which is not the case of Teresh Shabbat Peh, that isn't clothed in Chachma. Lekach, therefore, if he doesn't understand, he doesn't draw down. You draw down even though you don't understand. Why? Why? Because at the end of the day, it's intrinsically not understandable. Because you're attaching yourself to a realm that is intrinsically not understandable, there's no difference between Shema and Timna, therefore you make a bracha. Because af she'einu mevin, mamshich. Mamshich af she'einu mevin. Ve'einu tali kol kach ba'avanas hapirush ya'an. Makar amshacha zuhu l'mayla me'achach b'chuli. And therefore it's not contingent on your grasp, since being that makar amshacha zu, the source, the core of where you're drawing from, is l'mayla me'achachma. If it's your mayla me'achachma, therefore it doesn't matter of your. I have no idea. And how does it manufactured? Is through the letters. And therefore, Torah Shebichsav is categorized under the category of Mikra. Why? Because you're calling to Hashem and you're drawing His energy through the letters. Look at that, Maimer.